Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug. Long boys blues, 1975.
It was only a matter of time that we got to this game for home ports versus arcade, and this would be Golden Axe. Pretty sure this needs no introduction to any of you. This was released in 1989 by SEGA, was incredibly successful. It was developed by a guy called Makoto Ukida, who also worked on Alter Beast. So basically, it's a simultaneous two-player, well, hack and slash, not beat 'em up, but there are 3 selectable characters, and basically you have to go and retrieve the legendary Golden Axe. I don't know why I rolled my eyes then. It is the legendary Golden Axe from Death Adder. I always want to say Black Adder for some reason. Death Adder, who stole it. So you got 3 characters. You got Tyrus Flare, the Amazonian, then you got, what is it, Axe Battler, the Barbarian, and then you got Julius Thunderhead, the dwarf, that little dude there, with ironically a golden axe, and everyone wanted to play as him. It graphically was absolutely phenomenal. It was just, it was amazing. It really captured the, you know, the sort of, you know, the attention of the public. I think it's safe to say a lot of it was based upon sort of Ray Harryhausen. Was that the bloke who did the stop animation and stuff like Clash of the Titans and Sinbad and stuff like that? Particularly, oh, Jason the Argonauts, because there are skeletons that come out of the ground. So basically you scroll from left to right fighting Death Adder's forces. You can get on animals as such, which provide you essentially vehicles, and you also have a magic system, because each individual has a different sort of type of magic. Some can get it up there really quickly, but it's really weak. Some have to pile it really highly, collecting, you know, potions that you kick out of, I don't know, even smaller dwarfs. And yeah, so it's absolutely fantastic, and me and my brothers absolutely loved this back in the day. My first experience with Golden Axe was actually on the Master System before the arcade, but I knew when we were driving to Westward Ho that it would be in that arcade I always talk about. Just some things were given at this place was so good. You didn't have to keep your fingers and cross and hope. We knew that this would be there. So, I mean, I loved it as a kid simply because it reminded of these old school movies, these fantasy movies I grew up watching, and, you know, it's not amazingly difficult. There is a challenge there, but it's just, there's things like this, you know, they're like land masses where one is on the back of a bird, one is on the back of a turtle, God, this world, and yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So let's get into it and see how this compares to the Sega Master System version, because there's a, we'll get onto that when we talk about it, the Master System, but there's a kind of Mandela effect thing going on with the Megadrive version, I should say. I'll learn to talk properly in a moment. Right, so put some money in. Money. Right, winners don't use drugs. Tell me he didn't get that ripped on Goofballs. Right, so we're going to go with Gilius. Boom, they both burst into flames. Maybe they went 88 miles an hour, I don't know. So now you all have a reason for going after Death Adder. One is he killed your, what was it, your village, destroyed your village, killed your father, stole your axe, I don't know, something. But, there we go. Oh, bollocks, that's magic. It's got great speech and chunky sound effects. So you got fire, jump and fire, both buttons at the same time, and you do that move. Double tap. Oh wow, that's probably because of my magic. Bodies stay there and go grey, apart from your mate who died. And it's just, listen to the music. Nice bit of parallax in the background. To me, again, because I'm old, this still looks the dog's dangly bits. You can see my health bottom left, bottom right is flashing to say, you know, why doesn't someone else join in? Because I'm Billy No Mates. Hey, see, there's a thing you can do where if you, I won't do it with 2 people on, where you, yoink, can't talk. You, if you don't just do your combo, 1, 2, 3, you throw, you can just keep hitting them until they're dead. This is how staggered and paused my speech is, because I'm struggling to concentrate and fight. There you go, kick him. Oh look, spring just happened in the background. Right, so I've only got 2. I only need 4 to be able to use my magic at full power. Oh, hands off the hatch. Yeah, I only need 4 to use my magic full power, but obviously it's weaker than the other individuals, but you have to take my word for that because you can't see them. But then having said that, you played Golden Axe, and obviously you can tell it's the bloke who did Altered Beast, because this is, you're right, Ed, it's got a whippy tail thing, but this is one of the bad guys from Altered Beast. Little nod there. Probably already knew that as well. Hey! This is so satisfying. PC Brigade would probably throw a fit now, so this is bullying. Right, there's 2 fuck off big dudes here. I forgot how good the music is. Right, yeah. I do like that when they disappear. Well, don't. They go to, like, stone. Oh, look! Look, it's all the seasons. Oh, you bastard. They will nick your vehicles. I keep calling them vehicles. They're not. Hey! I like calling them vehicles. See, you can do... That's a nice... Oh, attention to detail that you can do your run while you're on the back. Oh. Screw it. Get some quantum leap in your face. Yeah, right. Jumping is the weakest attack, but it just clears the screen really, really quickly. Look, they're huge! That's what she said. See, do you see the sign in the background? There you go, look. Turtle Village, which is obviously the next stage. Why are you laughing after I kicked you in the face twice? I don't know, maybe he's just got a good sense of humour. I love this. I mean, everything about it just reeks fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons and just greatness. And disembodied pens. Feathered pens. See, look, Turtle Village. I was trying to read. I thought I was going to say Outcast. Never mind. I like that. Now, I'm a dwarf, but I'm bigger than all of them. Now, there's a trick you can do here, right? Which is you can hit them off the turtle. And that's what you're really paying for, having being a turtle and having a village and trees growing your back. There you go. What's this? Bye. If only it went ploosh. It's like Double Dragon. I used to do these like sort of cheap kills or easy screen clears all the time as a kid, just because I wasn't necessarily the best person at games. Come on then. Bloosh. Oh look, you can see his fin, flipper, turtle. Oh! See? More powerful. Scheisensy bits. Shit. They've got the same tax as you, which is kind of cool. So I've got a golden axe, but it's not the golden axe. So maybe everyone in this fantasy world is just a penchant for, oh sorry, golden axes. Look, now I've got the GTI model. Oh, she just fucking carjacked me. I haven't got a Thatcham alarm.
Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
See, and the other little trick you can do is keep your back to the wall. Ow! Still means you get twatted in the face.
Oh!
Oh! No! In your face. This just looks lovely. Come here. Hey! Running again. I'm the world's biggest dwarf. Look how big and Popeye my forearms are. Look, your turtle is going up and down. Well, you could say that your turtle is turtling. See what I did there? Come on. Oh! Oh! Grungy noise. Money. Hello. This is when you know it's supremely playable that you can do that. You can whip out your axe in both directions.
Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
I love the sound effects. This one's got spitty flames. No, it hasn't, but there is a spitty flame one later on, trust me.
Oh!
Skeletons! Oh, Jason and the Argonauts! Ray Harryhausen! Oh, he was a legend. Boom! Listen to the noise. It sounds like, you know, you're twatting bones. Love went into this game. Hey, how do you scream? You're already dead. And obviously the redder ones, yeah, green ones, which give you food. Boom! Come here! I think you do have to collect them before they piss off or you lose it. That's the world's most disappointing fire. Anyway, let's just see, there's your turtle village, and now we're going on to the bird village, eagle village, a flappy village. Well, obviously we've got to traverse through Turtle Village a little bit more. There's a Spitzy Dragon. Anyway, let's have a look at the Mega Drive and or Sega Genesis version. Ow, buddy hair. So here we go, Golden Axe on the Sega Mega Drive, released by Sega in, well, it says 1989, but I'm pretty sure that's the arcade, and this was released in 1990. Some people remember it as a sort of a launch game, but it was not. I had the Japanese version back in the day. Now, quickly, before we get into this, the reason I wanted to say Mandela effect is, for some reason, the magazines didn't help, because Mean Machines was particularly bad at this. It chucked around the phrase saying, if you find you need a reason, this is the demo, to buy the Sega Mega Drive, well, here you go, this is it, an arcade perfect conversion of Sega's incredible arcade machine. It wasn't arcade perfect. I'm not saying it's a bad port, it's not. It's an incredible port, but it was never arcade perfect. But people of my whole generation remember it being arcade perfect, when it wasn't. So, you know, Mandela effect. Well, you could argue, let's go with arcade. Yeah, you could argue that that's kind of the enthusiasm of youth, but then that's kind of the Mandela effect anyway. So obviously the background's missing on there, but the music is fantastic, so we'll go with that. You've got a dual mode, which is 1-on-1, is it? And then you've got a beginner mode, which lets you basically go through pretty much the entire game in one go, incredibly shortened though. But that's kind of nice. Now, so anyway, obviously it's giving us a story. First things first, you will notice the colour takes a hit. That's the Mega Drive's palette, and I guess the limitations are because of the size of the cartridge. Don't get me wrong, I love this game, and it blew me away back in there. I absolutely loved it. And I was one of the people who chucked around the phrase saying, oh my god, this is arcade perfect. It's just, it's not. Well, my axe is the wrong colour for starters, but look at my sprite. Now obviously the background is not parallax. You got all your moves? Yay! The animation is superb. Now the sound or the screams take a hit, obviously, and the bodies don't stay there. But I don't want to sound like I'm rubbishing it, because I'm not. It is phenomenal. It's just like I said, and it's the main reason I kind of started this series, you know, arcade versus home ports, because no other game on the Mega Drive, maybe Strider, which I obviously have done already, got the phrase chucked around arcade perfect as much as this. I don't think there's a sort of, oh hello, there's no hee. Yeah, that was awkward, sorry. Oh, and obviously the sprites are a bit smaller, but I can't, you know, how they look, I'm just going to stay in, is amazing. That didn't work. Oh, I didn't lose any health. Ooh. It definitely gets points for the music. My Mega Drive pad's a bit stiff. Hey, that's what she said. Okay, just checking what the magic button was. It's a Mega Drive pad, Dave. Is it that difficult? And obviously there's a limitation to the number of sprites on the screen at the same time, but there's no denying it looks shiny and fantastic. I mean, it is, there's no denying it is the best home port, period, by a considerable way. I love the Master System port, but it's not really fair to compare that to this. It's only one player as well. That's a phenomenal port. Maybe hang on, can I get it? No. But I can separate the enemy. See, kids, tactics. He's too stupid to learn how to jump or climb. But yeah, this is the best home port. It's better than the DOS version, it's better than the Amiga version, Atari ST version. That's not me having a pop or anything, I'm just saying it is. And the PC Engine CD version is easily the most disappointing. How did they balls this up with all that extra grunt they could have used? Oh look, you do get the change of scene into, well, not autumn, into dusk, Dave. Now, here, oh look, Turtle Village in the background. Oh, look at you. I believe that's what we call a volley in football terms. Ooh. Now, they're impressive. They're bigger than the normal sprites, but obviously, hey, they're not as impressive as they are in the arcade. But again, it's a cartridge size thing, I guess. But I'm not going to complain. Oh shit, look at them both at once! Smell it, smell it! I'm not going to complain because it is a phenomenal conversion. And we're talking 2 years into the Mega Drive's life here. Crunchy button. Get out the WD-40. Obviously, not just to ram them, but you can use that speed up to aid your jumps and stuff. Medieval fighting tips with Dave. Me, not the channel. Okay, so it's dark, super dark. Same weird little fire, but obviously it's scene for scene, which is amazing. Get the potions. Now I'm standing on the fire, cause I'm fireproof dwarf boy. Asbestos pants. I was sworn enemy Death Adder was in his castle. Would take a shortcut through the Turtle Village. See, map. Again, it's a size thing, but that's a restriction of memory thing. But it's also an awesome thing. This is where you obviously backgrounds and stuff you can see. Poor Turtle has no flippers. Bloody poachers. I want to show you this though. Oh. See? There's attention to detail. You can still twat them off the edge. Look at this. His midsection must be absolutely wanked. That's what I meant about it. Don't let your combo carry on. I mean, it's tight controls, basically, but fucking stop jamming, fire button. Yeah, don't let your combo kick in. I love that, kicking them in the head, and basically, you can just take them out outright when there's only one on screen, obviously. Sound effects take a hit. You'll find that out when we hit the skeletons. Or literally hit the skeletons. I don't mean find them, I mean hit them. Oh, people. That's cool. But the sprite, look at the sprite. See, that's where I guess it came from. You'd be hard pushed to tell the difference between the sprites and the arcade. But, you know, if you hadn't played the arcade directly before this, then you probably would. You know, that was probably when we said it was arcade perfect. Because, as I said, it's a spot-on conversion. It's not perfect, but it's an example of how you do stuff properly, which was just Sega nailing it on the early days of the Mega Drive, wasn't it? That's why it's my favourite console of all time. Possibly the greatest console of all time. Ow! Really do need to break out the WD-40. Look at that! Unison death. Ow, you cheeky bitch. Right. And she's toast. Oh, hello. I'm at full power. Still got to keep kicking them just because why not? Right. Oh, it's night time. Hey, there's water. I can't talk magic. I prefer it when it's not full power and it goes across the screen. Like I said, it's the weak. Why didn't they make the axe gold? I know it's a smaller colour palette, but they must be able to make it gold. There you go. See, skeletons don't sound like you hit a bag of bones, but we'll let them off. Spitty dragon, nasty dragon. No one ever tell you that he's rude to spit. Well, it's not rude. It's fucking disgusting. Yoink, yoink. Oh. So how do we kill you, dude? I mean, I'm basing my knowledge of fighting the undead on Judge Dredd. You cannot kill what does not live. Judge Death. Hey! Yoink! Shot me in the ass. I thought I had an asbestos ass. Continue. Yes. Ooh. Got a limited number of continues, haven't we? Now, obviously, when you get to the end of the game, you get a whole extra level after you fight Death Adder, when you fight even more Death Adder, and he's balls hard. But that's, you know, that is brilliant. That and the dual mode and stuff like that, and the beginner mode just add to it. It was above and beyond. It may not be arcade perfect, amazing port, but they gave you extra stuff as well. Anyway, so let's quickly round up. Basically, smaller sprites, the colour palette, the sound, and there's no parallax scrolling. But other than that, it has to be one of the closest, if not the closest arcade conversion on the Sega Megadrive. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think. Did you have this? Did you play it after the arcade, or did you play it vice versa? And did you chuck around the phrase at school, it was arcade perfect? Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.